Charlie, Manchester United 2, Wolves 0. Crucial win. Crucial win. Not much room more for any slip-ups or any errors, especially in the home games. Performance.
Yeah, it was, again, like what we've said a lot of times, sort of we get our goal in the first half, and then and it's just a sort of nothing game, which isn't a bad thing defensively, because you didn't really fancy Wolves would score.
No.
But again, we created sort of half chances, half moments, and we just weren't quite clinical enough. But yeah, again, I think a lot of us just want those 3 wins, and now 2 wins after today. It's just about the sort of the results now. Just trying to keep some momentum for the City game as well.
Yeah, because you don't want to finish on a whimper, do you?
Exactly.
And then a couple of weeks later, or however long it is, you got to face City and not do well.
But yeah, Wolves, I was expecting more again from Wolves. I thought they'd maybe provide a bit more. I'm not complaining, but yeah, just a win, that's all that matters.
Yeah, player-wise, I mean, Antony's talk of the town after today's performance. Some ups and some downs, you know, got us an assist. Yeah. Heavily involved in a lot of stuff. Bruno, a lot of involved in a lot of things. Who stood out for you today?
I think Bruno was up there. I think Shaw again played very well.
So
Wan-Bissaka.
And Lindelof as well.
Yeah.
Like, Lindelof's just so calm on the ball. And I saw where you were sitting. You were just in front of me to the right.
Yeah.
In that first half, the way he just, like, sorts things out. Like, doesn't mess his feet up.
Yeah.
Knows what to do. Pass it back properly. There was a chance where he could have gone backwards. No, went across the Varane instead. Keep us going. He's just so assured.
And fair play to the back four, you know.
Yeah.
Even Maguire did pretty well when he came on, did what he needed to do, and we're hopefully just about getting over the line. To be fair, I think when Martinez and Varane both got injured, a lot of us were very, very concerned. But I don't think we'd be in too much of a sort of better situation if we had Martinez and Varane in the games.
Yeah.
Maybe away from home, maybe away at West.
You might saw it through against Spurs to make sure.
Maybe 1 or 2 points.
Yeah.
But I think the drop off from Martinez to Shaw is. I know he played at left back today, but when he's been at centre back, it's not a great deal.
Yeah.
And Lindelof, I know Varane and Lindelof partnered each other today, but obviously Lindelof's coming for Varane. I think Lindelof's done as well as Varane has.
And that's testament to Shaw and Lindelof, isn't it? Because I know I got a bit excited after one game here, and and a lot of people, you guys told me. But the fact that you've gone back to it again reiterates what my basic point is that that's what I was basically saying. The drop off is not that big when you would expect it to be bigger.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as you said, Antony.
What is it? Where do you sit on this? Because I know you look at the things tactically. I know you like to break things down, and you don't just look at things off emotion and hype and gas and stuff like that. He's involved in everything that we do. Yeah. You know, he's got some great attributes where he can, you know, he drove, 40, 50 yards by himself. Yeah. You know, should have slipped in Sancho, but didn't. But then he's not making the right decisions, but he's involved in everything that we do good. Yeah. Where do you stand on him?
I think you'll see the best of Antony when our system is better. I think he's very much a system player. He's never gonna. Well, his goals and assists will go up as the team plays better. He's not going to provide a lot of individual.
Even though he's the one getting in the position, he's the one who can actually affect that now.
and his final actions is not. Like somebody, I read a tweet at halftime. Somebody put a good tweet out. At least he's getting into those areas. But he's still 22, I think. Yeah. His final actions, the consistency of his final actions need to improve, and that's fine. I'm glad he passed it to Martial for the goal. Yes. Because there was an example against Betis at home where he had somebody on his left and he shot and it was an open goal. He squared it and made it another goal. But yeah, I think he will come good. But again, people have got, like in the media and things, people don't understand player profiles. Yeah. You know, Antony is not the same as Rashford. No matter how bad a system is, Marcus Rashford will always be able to provide you
individually
that bit of individual. Antony does to an extent. Sancho doesn't at all. He's very much based around the system. But I think Antony's sort of in between, and you will see the best of Antony when, as a team, we're playing better. And I know people say, "Oh, he costs 80 or however much he costs." He's got to produce some brilliance, but it's about player profiles. It's not his fault. He's a 40-50 million pound player in reality. He's not
at
80
best,
million.
at most.
So we just got to be realistic and fair.
I agree with that. I think he is really frustrating, you know, in the moment when you're in there and you go on, he's there. You know what I mean? That one that he's got to slide Sancho. He's got to. And then the shot off target as well when I think, one of them slipped, all centre-backs slipped and he's in. And he gets it and puts it wide. But he is frustrating, but I agree with you. He's going to get better, isn't he? There's more to come from him. Martial gets his goal. A lot of people around me, lazy, this, that and the other, and he was slipping over quite a lot, changed his boots at half time. but his little layoffs weren't quite as crisp.
No.
But gets his goal. What did you make of him?
Apart from his goal, I don't just look at goals. I look at Farmer. I didn't think he had a good game, and I was a fan of Martial. I'm starting to really. I'm quite sad about it, really, the way he's declined, and whether it's injuries. Has he bulked up maybe too much? He plays. He
doesn't look like he can shift anymore. Change of pace.
There was that one moment in the first half where he went on a run that was similar to the goal he scored against Liverpool
on the left-hand side. Debut.
And he was going good, and then the last moment I think he slipped over.
Yeah.
And it's just not quite there. But we have to look at it realistically. I don't see Man United signing 2 strikers in the summer.
No.
Weghorst is probably not going to stay.
No.
So, really,
you've got to keep him as the backup.
Or you rely on Rashford as a backup. But then if Rashford moves to 9, you don't really want that. Not having 2 out-and-out strikers available. So you want that other option before you get to Rashford as a 9. So disappointed with Martial. But I think it's just sad how it's ended. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear you on that. And a lot of people have a lot of praise for Bruno today.
Yeah, Bruno, he can be frustrating. A bit hot and cold with me at times. He can get a bit frustrating. But look, Bruno, he will always give everything. His sort of consistency of always trying to play that final pass is brilliant, although it can get frustrating.
Yeah.
And once again, I think, would you see a better Bruno when we've got a more balanced midfield? Very, very possibly. But I think the technical level of our team's got to improve. I said this on the last one. I got a bit of stick, and I said Casemiro, Sabitzer, Varane, they don't want to play with the ball, and they can't play.
I don't know why you got stick. It's true. That's
too many times. In the first half, we were playing lofted balls, difficult for receivers to receive. If you're a receiver of a pass, you need a ball crisply straight into your feet. Shaw does it, Martinez does it,
Eriksen does it
to an extent.
Yeah, but he's got the capability, like he can find the simple passes and get us ticking, even though again, it hasn't been at the level that we want and we need better. But he's the only one in the team, like you said, who can get on the ball along with Martinez and Shaw. It's not really.
We'll never control games with some of the profiles we've got, and we've just got to be realistic.
Yeah.
Every City player in the whole team can take the balls. Even Haaland now, I'm seeing dropping into deep and very, very comfortable in sort of midfield areas. So we've got to improve our technical security, the technical level in our team, and I think Bruno was an example of using his technical sort of ability very, very well today. Although he can be frustrating. He played well, and he plays well in most games. It's just, what do you like as a fan? Do you like somebody who keeps it more simple, or do you like a risk taker? It's just about getting the right balance.
That's exactly what he is. He is a risk taker, he's a thrill seeker, isn't he? And he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's going to give you everything, which he again did today. Finish off, Garnacho.
We've missed him.
We have, haven't we?
We've missed him a lot. I think most fans would have him ahead of Sancho on the left.
Yeah.
I still think Garnacho's not quite ready to start yet for me.
Yeah.
But
we've got to be careful, haven't we? We can't just thrust everything on this kid now. He's got a new deal.
Garnacho's his best performances come from the bench.
Yeah.
If you think about when he started, there's a few games. I think Leeds at home he started, and up against Ayling he really struggled. But that's normal.
Yeah.
You're very, very young.
Breakthrough season. Yeah.
What we want to do is we want to embed him in slowly. A lot of people we get a bit too carried away. And we're fans. Okay, we love Garnacho, but just keep the pressure off.
And Erik ten Hag will do that. That's why it's perfect that he's got a manager like that.
We need to manage youngsters well. Yeah, so brilliant. His composure for that goal, by the way, was brilliant. But we have missed him because to have him available for that City final off the bench, not from the start. You want him on the bench to bring on.
Like he did here.
Exactly, and you just never know. I think we without Rashford in the team as well, we lack that direct winger, that direct forward. So top.
Who was your man of the match?
I think Shaw's up there, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka's up there.
Oh, back forward, really good.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
A bit of a tough one. I'd probably.
Come on, give me a name.
I'll give it to Wan-Bissaka because, as you know, I preferred Dallin.
He was good.
I've been a bit harsh on Wan-Bissaka recently, but I'll give it Wan-Bissaka.
What did you like about his performance?
I think he was all round. I think solid. You know what you're going to get from him: aggressive, tenacious. On the ball, as I said, I think he's become more secure. He's more comfortable in inverted areas. He's done pretty well today. There was one time where he was in the final third. He didn't quite know what to do with the ball. But you know what? What I like
didn't lose it though.
He didn't lose it. And you know what I like about Wan-Bissaka? He doesn't speak off the field. The first time I heard him speak when he did that interview the other day.
How weird is it?
Yeah, I'd never heard him speak before.
He hardly ever speaks. He doesn't speak on the field either. He just doesn't do. He just has this plain face. If there's a decision that goes against him, or he picks up a yellow card, he just doesn't do anything. Just does his job.
Sometimes you need a neutral figure.
Yes.
We've got Bruno. He does a lot of shouting. Sometimes you need those neutral figures just to. And he's come back. He's had a tough time mentally. Well, I hope he's all okay. And he's come back, and the majority of games he's put in at least a 6, 7, 8 out of 10. That's fair enough to him.
Yeah, nice one, bro. Big up.